Hello, everyone. So, over the last few weeks, we have talked about awareness, emotional fatigue, fulfillment, and alignment. So, in today's conversation, it brings all of that together. And this is not about doing more, it is about recognizing when do you need support, right? And helping and support becomes necessary when you always try harder and harder and you push harder, but at a point of time, so that doesn't work. So then you need support. So that you need to identify when do you need support. So most people, they don't struggle because they don't try hard enough. Not like that. They struggle because they keep trying alone. So that's what we will discuss today. And most of us grew up with a strong belief: if something is not working, push harder, work more, think more, be stronger, don't depend on anyone. So, this mindset helps in academics, skills, and survival. But it quietly fails when applied in emotional load. And research in neurological science shows that nervous system, the human nervous system, has two broad modes. One is growth and learning, and another is protection and survival. So when emotional pressure builds up, the system automatically shifts into protection mode. In this mode, pushing harder doesn't increase capacity, it increases the resistance. And you know what resistance will do? It will stop you from doing something good, doing something better. And this is why someone can be very disciplined, but he feels increasingly exhausted. The effort is real, but the system is overloaded. Correct? So this is what the system becomes when you push yourself harder. Now, there is a point where effort becomes habitual, not helpful. You notice something, the same thoughts repeating, the same emotional patterns, the same promises you do to yourself, that to start fresh. And despite genuine effort you give to yourself, nothing fundamentally changes. And there is a research back explanation I will discuss here, and that is, psychology call this diminishing returns of effort. Diminishing returns of effort. So let us discuss. Beyond a certain point, when you reach more effort, when you give, it produces less clarity, not more clarity. The system, whole system needs a recovery and recalibration. Everybody needs that. Our system doesn't need pressure. And think of a phone which is 5% battery with, and you don't press the power button harder, you recharge it, right? When you push the power button harder, can it be recharged? Can that 5% charge be 100% charge, or maybe 20%? Not at all. The right or correct requirement for that, if the battery is 5%, then you need to recharge it to make it 100% or 20% or more than that. So emotional system just works like the same way. But we were never taught that, and we were never taught that also, about the emotional system, how to recharge the emotional system, right? So that's what, every time we ignore that one. So what happens? Many people misunderstand support. They think support means dependency, weakness, or giving up control. But real support is not someone carrying you, it's someone helping you see clearly when your system is tired. When your system is tired, then someone is there to show you the right path, show you the clarity, so that you can see clearly and go ahead. And by the time the man who supports you, you will get your emotional clutters declutter, that emotional clarity you will get, you will take some pause and again go ahead. Our studies in behavioral change that show people sustain change longer when reflection is supported. When reflection is isolated, that change is not sustained. Whatever change you bring to yourself, that will fade in some days of the future, right? So there should be a clarity when it will be clear, because you just imagine you have a mirror in front of you, you are standing in front of the mirror and you are seeing your face. If your face is not clear, maybe the mirror is dirty and you cannot see your face clearly there. So what does that mean? You have to clean the mirror so that your face will be neatly visible or sharply visible in the mirror. So it is just like that. It's just like our path. It's just like the path to cover in the long run. So reflection, our emotional reflection, the reflection to ourselves, because there are two worlds. One is inside and another is outside. If you go to control or go to see the outside world, then it is not within your control. But the inside world, that is in your control. And if you don't refresh it, don't declutter it, then you cannot see the outside world clearly and you cannot control the outside world also. And there you need a support, and that support reduces that blind spots that is there in your mind or in your career, in your path to clarity. But that support does not reduce the agency that you have. So even elite athletes, the elite athletes you might have seen, the surgeons and the CEOs, everybody have coaches, everybody have mentors or guides, not because the players or maybe the athletes, the surgeons, the CEOs, they are weak. They are not at all weak. They are very strong, but still they need coaches. They need mentors. They need guides at the right point of time. So, but because of perspective matters when stakes are high, correct? Every great player, you can see for Michael Jordan, you can see for Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, like football player, great football players. And then you take it great cricket players like Sachin Tendulkar, everybody has coaches, right? So that is needed. So support is absolutely needed. And support is most useful before your collapse. And not everything breaks down, right? Collapse, I mean, here I can say it is maybe emotional collapse, maybe any failure in your career, failure in your growth, business, relationship, everything. So when you are getting tired of taking decisions, and when you are feeling overwhelmed by taking decisions, doing work, doing harder, and going through the same everyday life, then you need support. And the some common signs where you can mark that you need support is: number one, awareness without momentum, and effort without meaningful change. You are putting effort, but there is no meaningful changes there. And motivation that keeps fluctuating. You are motivated this time, at the beginning of the day you are motivated, and the end of the day you are demotivated. or throughout the day your motivation fluctuates like the heartbeat and harsh inner self-talk. Many people, they talk to themselves very harshly. I am not worth, I cannot do this, I'm not beautiful, I'm not handsome, I'm not fit for that. See, this talks, negative self-talks, these are very harsh to us. The same thing you imagine if somebody standing in front of us, he or she is telling us, you are not enough, you are not good, you are not beautiful, you are ugly. So are they not harsh? Or your work is not worth at all, you have done a very worst work. So how did you feel that time if somebody tells? Okay, that's for outside world, somebody told us. Now if yourself will tell that, what will happen? What will your brain believe? So that harsh inner self-talk starts when clarity is not there, when awareness, the real true awareness is not there. And emotional tiredness that doesn't resolve with rest. Our emotional tiredness, if you take rest also, that doesn't resolve, that doesn't go. After sleeping 7 8 hours also, the next day when you get up, you feel something is missing, something is tired, your emotional state is not that good, you're not talking to the persons at home in a nice way. If somebody asks something, you are getting irritated. When you go out, whenever you something or somebody tells you, you are getting irritated and you are replying in a different way, which you don't want, which you don't like, which you don't feel good. So there is a research on self-regulation shows that when internal resources are depleted, decision making quality drops. That means our internal resources are depleted. What is the internal resources that we need? It's the awareness of ourselves, right? So our purpose, our goal, or the alignment with the goal to our life and action, our behaviors, our thought process, action or inaction, everything. So they are our character, our identity. So everything are the resources. When they are depleted, so the decision making, that quality drops. You are taking decisions, but you are not taking quality decisions. So at that stage, self navigation means when you navigate yourself to go somewhere, that alone becomes insufficient or inefficient. So this is why many high functioning people say, I understand everything, but I'm still stuck. Isn't it happen with you? Understanding alone is not always enough. Integration often needs support. So how to integrate? You have the resources, you have the power, you have the path, you have the goal, you have the purpose, identity, thoughts, behaviors, characters, resources, everything. If you properly not order those or integrate those, then you cannot go ahead. So there you need support, right? So that's what awareness without movement is, you cannot afford that. And that's what an effort without change, that is also, not that powerful. So now let us discuss how discipline and alignment, that both words, two words, mean to you in different context. So discipline without alignment feels very heavy, and discipline with alignment feels cooperative. What is alignment? That alignment is, suppose my purpose is to reduce weight, maybe 10 kg in this month, or 5 kg in this month, maybe in 3 months 15 kg in 3 months. And I just want that, but my habits, I'm getting up late in the morning, and I am reluctant to go to the gym or go for a run, go for a exercise, yoga, pranayam, whatever. And my daily fooding habit, that also sometimes varies. Like I eat here and there, which doesn't help in reducing the weight, rather that helps in uh, increasing the weight. So that kind of discipline, that kind of habits will not align with your goal. Your goal is to reduce your weight to 15 kg or maybe 10 kg or whatever. But your daily habits, daily practices are not aligned with that. So discipline with alignment, that feels cooperative. For example, and when you feel that your daily habits is not aligned with your purpose or goal, then after 2 3 days you will feel like giving up that goal, giving up that purpose, right? And you will feel bad. There will be a guilt tracking will be there. You will feel guilty. So discipline with alignment, that feels cooperative. Suppose you start with good sleep. After that, you get up early and you go to the gym. You do exercises, and you come and eat healthy. And uh, so these all these habits, like sleeping, doing works in time, and not taking the junk foods. So all these micro habits or micro practices will help you reduce the weight. And then after 5 or 6 days, maybe 7 days, you will feel the alignment of your habits with your goal, and definitely that will give you a good feeling. And again, your brain will believe that yes, I am doing something, this person is doing something for me or doing something for himself or herself. So definitely we will carry on that, and your brain will tell you the next day to again go for the reducing weight habits. So that alignment means expectations match emotional capacity, and goals fit the current life context. Our goals should fit the life context, and resistance is listened to, not ignored. If some resistance is coming inside us internally, then that should be heard. You should listen that. What is that? What is that stopping me? And how to avoid that to reach my goal? And goals always are sustainable if only and you are there with some emotional connection with the goal. Suppose, what is the emotional connection if you want to reduce weight? If reduce weight, then you will look fit. So that will give you a good feeling. Anything is feeling. If feeling is not there, people will say, I mean, you are looking very fit. So that will again give you a good feeling. So, and you will feel good when you stand in front of a mirror. So every dresses fit you, right? So then your feeling will be good. So for that feeling, you want to reduce the weight. So that emotional connection is there. So due to that emotional connection, you are uh, uh, starting the practice of reducing weight. All the habits are aligned with you, and that is your goal. It is not about only the reducing weight. If even you can go for the financial status increase. So that also. Why do you increase the financial status? Because your children, you will feed your children in a better food. You will make your child's education in a better school, or you will give a better education to your children. You will give your children, or your family is there, you will take care of their health, education, their career, their I mean uh, entertainment, everything they need, you can provide it, because you have the emotion with your family members, emotion with your children. So that emotion will carry you forward to go ahead with your goal. So that will lift you up. But without emotion, if you go on practicing, doing habits to achieve some goal without emotion, then that will not be sustainable. And after few days, you will feel that you will don't feel like practicing those habits to achieve that goal. So that goal will be worthless. So resistance is listened to, not ignored. And let me share with you some research backed explanation. Studies on sustainable behavior, that studies on sustainable behavior that show people quit habits not because they lack discipline, they have discipline, but they quit habits. But because, why do you know that habits ignore the emotional readiness? If those habits that you are doing, a child or a student is reading or studying, if there is no emotional connection, why he is reading and how the emotional connection will come? When you ask yourself, why I am reading, why I am doing this work? A mother who is cooking, so if she will not ask why I am cooking, only cooks, so that emotional readiness will not come. So that mother should have the feeling why she is cooking, then emotional readiness will come. A child, when he or she studies, so why, the purpose, that is the main purpose I am talking about. So everybody, we work, we go to the offices, we work so hard hard because there is some emotional connection, emotional readiness. If that is not there, then habits we ignore. So when habits ignore the emotional readiness, then that will be a problem for our sustainable habit, and we quit habits that will not sustain longer. And when there is an alignment between our habits and emotions, then that alignment reduces the friction, right? So, and reducing friction between the habits and emotional readiness, that increases the consistency. How many of us are taking resolutions in the new year to start some new habit, start some good habit, but we find 90% of people, they fail to keep their habit after 7 days or 10 days. Do you agree with me? So why that happens? Because our habits always ignores the emotional readiness. So that alignment is not there. So friction increases. When friction increases, wear and tear happens. So that reduces the consistency, right? But if friction reduces, then that increases consistency. So this is why someone can follow a routine perfectly for 10 days and suddenly drop it. Are you with me with this? The routine was logical, but it was not livable, correct? Now, so let's a gentle check. Let's do. There is a question worth reflection on yourself. Am I pushing because it's necessary or because I don't know how to receive support? So let me explain. Many high performing individuals, they develop early independence. What is the early independence? Suppose when in the beginning they start a little bit of success, they think that I can do everything on my own. I don't need anybody to support me. I don't need anybody to mentor me. I don't need anybody to coach me. Nothing. And they feel independent. So that is called early independence. So they develop, the individuals, many successful individuals, they develop a early independence. So that identity helps them succeed. Okay, that's okay. They are getting success also, but later it can limit integration. The nervous system learns I must handle everything alone, because that successful individual is handling everything alone, isn't it? Independent, feeling independent. So the nervous system, whole system, that feels I must handle everything alone. So people often say I don't need help. So what they often mean is I don't know how to rest while being seen. So this is what, correct? So now support is not a setback, or it is step back. Receiving support does not undo your independence. So okay, you are independent, you are helping yourself, that is fine. But if you take support, that will not dissolve your independence, that will not undo your independence, it refines it. It refines it. And support does not slow growth, it prevents unnecessary suffering. Research backed explanation I am giving now. Long term studies in adult development shows resilient individuals are not those who do everything alone, but those who know when to collaborate with insight. Support shortens the distance between awareness and change, not by pushing, but by clarifying. Right? So now let us integrate the 4 weeks that I have given this session, the live sessions. Over these weeks, the whole month, we explored awareness before action. Before taking some action, we need to aware of ourselves. Emotions before motivation. Any kind of motivation without emotion will not do. And identity before fulfillment. Fulfillment starts when you will address your identity or change your identity, change your old identity and create a new identity if the old identity is the wrong one, or if the old identity doesn't help you to stay happy, stay fulfilled. And support before burnout. So take support whenever you need it, before burnout, before everything you lose emotionally. So awareness, then action, emotion, then motivation, identity, then fulfillment, and support before burnout. So our growth is not linear, it's cyclical. You act, you reflect, you adjust, and act again. So it always goes in a cyclic order, right? So people who respect this cycle don't necessarily grow faster, but they grow without losing themselves, right? So my final words to you, if something in this session resonated, it does not mean you need immediate change. It means you are listening more honestly. So awareness itself reduces internal pressure, pressure reduction that restores the clarity. And sustainable change does not feel it's a dramatic, it feels relieving. And you don't need to become someone else, you need to work with yourself. Needing support is not weakness, my dear friends. It's a sign that you are no longer operating on autopilot. Stay connected to the spaces that respects your pace and your intelligence and your inner experience. That's where sustainable clarity grows. So this is what I need to share today. So just reflect yourself, be aware, and do connect with your goal, with emotions, and always ask why I am doing this. what need to focus, why I need to focus, and what I need to do. These three questions will help you for a sustainable achievement of the goal, and you will achieve the fulfillment. So with this, we end today's session, and today's the whole month, the four parts, four different parts we have addressed. So in the next month or the next four parts, we will come with different kind of feelings, different kind of addresses, different kind of discussion. So stay tuned with me for the next 1 month. Thank you. Have a nice day.